Good morning. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson from the United Methodist Church in Safford, Arizona. And if this is your first time with us, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You are welcome to use this in a Bible study or a lunch bunch or something like that, around the table at home before you eat, or in the morning before you go to work. It's really nice to be in the Word of the Lord, and I encourage you to invite your friends. We go with imagine, activity, and action during our time together, and we begin with the scripture and then go from there. You cannot separate fools from their foolishness, even though you grind them like grain with mortar and pestle. You know, the pestle is the rock or very hard piece of wood dish, and the mortar is what you grind it with. It's very strong and usually rock. But I have seen them with glass. Imagine watching a millstone grinding wheat or corn. Around and around it goes. And as it does, you can see the grain go from kernel to meal or flour, ready to be used as animal or people food. The sheer power of the millstone or grinding rock separating the chaff from the flour is quite impressive. It's a little different when you have a little mortar and a pestle. It takes a little bit longer for our muscles and grip to get that grain into a powder form that we can use. As an activity, I want you to think about what kinds of behavior you would put these people and their actions in. Fools, foolishness, stupid, stupidity, idiot, idiocy, lunatic, lunacy. Now think about a time when you fit into one or more of these categories. It happens to all of us. I wonder, how did you get past that foolish behavior? And does it ever pop back up in your life, or as my mother would say, rear its ugly head? As an action, the grinding in our lives is to smooth out the rough edges. And that can be difficult at best. We can sometimes cry out, will I ever get over this bad behavior? Will I ever stop stepping into this steaming pile of my own making? Well, the foolishness here would be to stop trying. We have a lifetime to see if we can get this life right. You can do this. You know where your rough edges are, and you know best how you can rid yourself of them to smooth those rough edges out. And yes, it's going to take time, and it's going to take your action, your continued action, to fight against it. However, like our Proverbs says, you cannot separate fools from their foolishness, even though you grind them like grain with mortar and pestle. You can't do that for someone else, but you can certainly do that for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again mañana, tomorrow.